Hello and welcome to today's reflection. Today is Saturday, the day that falls between Good Friday and Easter Sunday. In the church calendar, it has no specific title or name for today. It might be known as Holy Saturday, sometimes Easter Eve, sometimes Good Saturday, but there is no one set specific name for today. And I think that kind of mirrors nicely the way Christians and the church feels about today. It's a day of limbo. It's a day when nothing much happens. We're not told what happens in the Gospels. We're not told how the disciples or the women who were with Jesus at the cross and then again on that Easter morning, we're not told what they're doing at this time. I'm going to read you a small section of Matthew's Gospel right towards the end, and it tells us what the chief priests and the Pharisees were thinking on this day, the day after Jesus had been placed in the tomb. So this is Matthew 27, starting at verse 62. The next day, that is, after the day of preparation, the chief priests and the Pharisees gathered before Pilate and said, "Sir, we remember what the impostor said while he was still alive. After 3 days I will rise again. Therefore, command that the tomb be made secure until the 3rd day. Otherwise his disciples may go and steal him away and tell the people, 'He has been raised from the dead,' and the last deception will be worse than the first." Pilate said to them, "You have a guard of soldiers. Go, make it as secure as you can." So they went with the guard and made the tomb secure by sealing the stone. And like I said, today is this day of limbo, a day where people are not quite sure what happens. It's a day where we need to wait. We're waiting. It's the day between the sadness of Jesus' death and the excitement and the exuberance and the joy of Jesus' rising. And I think that idea of waiting is something that comes through in the Bible over and over again. So just to conclude our thought, I'm going to read you a small section of Psalm 40. And it just gives us an idea of that waiting, that expectancy. So this is the start of Psalm 40. "I waited patiently for the Lord. He inclined to me and heard my cry. He drew me up from the desolate pit, out of the miry bog, and set my feet upon a rock, making my steps secure. He put a new song in my mouth, a song of praise to God. Many will see and fear and put their trust in the Lord." So I think on this day of waiting, this day of limbo, this day of the unknown, we too need to wait. Wait with God. Wait to see what new song he places in our mouths.